And I am still waiting for my Fish and Wildlife survey. I was mistakenly calling it an EPA survey because it was sort of mixed in, but it's been almost 2 years now. Almost 2 years. Hey everyone, welcome back to Navajo Tea Time. So, because it's our 1 year anniversary, woohoo! We are going to do kind of like a react to our own videos. And it's not because we have a lack of topics. There's tons of topics to talk about right now. It's hard to coordinate doing those topics with each other right now because of the practice social distancing, the Navajo Nation being on lockdown every weekend. So it's hard for us to break away from work and get together and record. Eventually we will be able to get back to our normal setup where we have a discussion about things and talk about things. But for our 1 year anniversary, we're just gonna do a little playback of all the videos we've done and continue the conversation, or see whether or not we still agree with what we said about a year ago. Enjoy!
Now where do I begin?
What's the tea? This is my tea about the grazing permits. It's a lot of power for a dying profession. Ooh. Although I still agree that permit holders still hold more power than they should over the development of a community and how the land is used, I can see the benefits of owning your own livestock and having your own meat supply and produce supply. But that benefit doesn't extend to the community as a whole or large. Indigenous Halloween holiday is the Day of the Dead. You know, with like the two, the Coco and the Book of Life. Frankie's watching Book of Life on like repeat every morning. So that's like the most famous Indigenous holiday.
I thought it's also the most appropriated, I think, too.
One got a lot of views, and there's one thing I kind of wanted to talk about with the appropriation. And it's still a triggering topic for a lot of people, but I feel like we shouldn't get triggered for other cultures. In a weird way, it kind of sounds harsh, but that's not our problem. You know, that's not something for us to get mad about, because me as a Native person, a Navajo woman, a Navajo person, Diné specifically, I don't have the right to get mad for another culture. You know, calling people out for appropriating a culture that isn't mine, to me, is still appropriation. It's like appropriating someone else's rage. It's not for you to be mad about.
There's a lot that we have to say, 'cause being with friends, it always tends to end on the best light, especially tonight. And when there's nothing left to...
So, did I include all that stuff at the beginning of the December drama video just to have that song play longer? Yes. Yes, I did. Okay, I'm just waiting for some giant forest spirit to come alive and trample all us humans.
She did this whole writing. It was very descriptive and dramatic. And I'm like, Kelsey.
So, at the end of this episode of New Year, New Tea, but really it's all just the same, at the end, I kind of talk about, like, this big spirit coming out, you know, kind of like Godzilla, or if you watch Avatar, you know, like that big panda spirit that comes out of the forest, and just starts attacking people and trying to get them to stop destroying his forest. And so I was like, I'm kind of just waiting for that to happen to us. And I feel like the COVID-19 is sort of that spirit in a way, that it's directly attacking what we value the most as a society. Maybe not you personally, but society as a whole values, especially American society, values capitalism. And with the COVID-19, all of that's being put at a stop, kind of, mostly. People can't go to work, so they can't pay their rent, and they can't buy food. And it's showing all the holes and flaws in the systems that we have right now. You know, I'm not going to say whether capitalism is bad or good, but it's definitely has flaws, and its flaws are being shown. A lot of the way the government's being run, or has been run, has flaws, and those are showing now. Even the Navajo Nation and the IHS and the BAA system, all those flaws and those cracks in the system are being overwhelmed and becoming visible to everybody. And I think COVID-19 is that spirit showing us what's wrong with our society, and what we need to do now is figure out how to fix it. So I guess just thinking over the past few months of what's been going on with the world, and yeah, I guess kind of my wish came true of like a big giant spirit coming out and wreaking havoc on the human race, because we've just been trash people, trash beings, you know, putting trash in the ocean, trash in the air, living in an odd way that isn't part of nature, and then showing us how flawed a lot of the systems that we have created are. But yeah, this has been Navajo Tea Time, one whole year later. I'm drinking iced tea because it's really hot out. Comment below what you think. You know, what was your favorite episode of this past year? This has been Navajo Tea Time. Hagona.